I threw the bottle across the room?
I thought I heard, yeah.
Okay.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Wednesday Night Gentlemen Multimedia Empire official podcast. This is episode number 88. On this show, we like to talk about things like comic books, movies, TV shows, video games, political discourse sometimes, but always Star Trek. I'm your host, Tactic Angel, and with me is Midget Radio, my murderous socialist friend.
Hello.
Hello, Midget Radio. How the fuck are you?
Doing great, Tactic Angel. It's been a long time.
I know. We need to talk more. So, yeah, it's been like ages, right?
Yeah, ages
since we've
yeah,
talked.
I miss your voice in my life. It's very centering.
Okay.
You're supposed to ask me what I'm drinking. That's how you move past awkward moments. Just
What are you drinking?
I'm still drinking Bullet. So
really,
you know,
I am drinking the Stillhouse America's Finest Originals Whiskey, 100% corn whiskey.
Corn whiskey.
But it's empty.
Oh, that seems like a bad thing, but
I cannot do this again.
but you did it once. You're a fucking man.
Oh my god. But that's an excellent segue into what we're going to be talking about today. Today we'll be talking about No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky is actually the first thing I think we've ever talked about on the Wednesday Night Gentlemen official Multimedia Empire official podcast. It is an action RPG adventure survival game developed by and published by the indie studio Hello Games. This has come out around 3 years ago. It was released last year on the Xbox, and recently it had an update called Beyond. In the, I guess the interest of full disclosure, Midget Radio and I have never had really a negative opinion about this game. And so, take of that what you will. Midget Radio. I've seen you playing No Man's Sky since the update.
Yeah.
What is your opinion?
So I actually I just restarted. Like I started the game all over again.
Is that rough?
It's not really. No, it's not. And I wanted to get like the full experience because I feel like I honestly don't remember how the game started when we first played it. But I wanted to like kind of get the full experience with this new major update, and you start out as this dude who like crash landed on a planet. Is that how it started in the beginning? I don't remember. I thought it was just some guy.
You were just a guy on a planet.
Yeah. So now
there was
there's
a ship, but you had to repair it.
Okay, so yeah, there's still kind of the same thing then, because you have a ship, you basically crash landed, you don't know why you're there, all that bullshit, and then you have to repair your ship to get off the planet, and then start doing whatever, I guess. So yeah, I wanted to do it because I felt like it would give me a more sort of cohesive experience of the Beyond update. And for the most part, I like it. I like what they've done with it. I feel like they've given the game certainly more direction now than it had when it was first released.
All right. So, what do you mean? Like, what is it telling you to do?
So
if you've restarted?
Yeah. So it's fairly. It's fairly explicit. You have like one of the hallmarks I feel like of No Man's Sky is this sort of cryptic narrative of what you are, a traveler, and like what you're doing and all that kind of bullshit. So it's a little more explicit about that, and then it's actually giving you like little mission objectives of so you have to repair your ship, and you need this and this and this, to synthesize this, and then you can repair your ship with that, and then get the fuck up off this planet. And move from there. So it's kind of like it's directing you, I feel like, much more than it was originally. It's like now I need to go find this.
kind of.
Really? I don't. I just remember like, oh, I have this fucking ship, and what is this? Oxygen? All right, like, fuck around, you know.
That seems useful.
Yeah, so I'll take this, and oh, okay, this is my mining laser. All right, you know. Yeah, I just feel like it's a lot more explicit this time around because it guides you really through getting your ship repaired, getting off planet, and then building like a base computer, putting a base together, hiring people to man like the base terminals and stuff. All of that is like fairly directed with this update.
So so you built a base with it.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay. Did you enjoy that process?
A little. Yeah, a little. I think it's fairly straightforward. And
Did you find it more tedious than before?
Ooh. Yeah. I feel like you have to collect more materials and there's more shit. Yeah. It probably is a little more tedious. Having the base computer, yeah, it is.
So I didn't restart. I've just been playing the same game forever, essentially at this point.
Yeah.
And when I went back to my base, nothing worked.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I have this giant base and there's no power.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Did you not? Okay. When you start out the base, do you have a power problem?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's like, and that I kind of realized that like that was the first thing I needed to tackle was the power issue. And I feel like basically for me, at least once you build like a solar panel and a battery, you're pretty much good to go.
Okay. My base must be just obscenely large. Because like I built a standard reactor, right?
Okay. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Those are crap. From what I've done. Yeah.
It provided like 25 units of energy.
Yeah.
And I think I needed 675.
Yeah. Those are shit.
So I built I built a solar array.
Yeah.
And it did nothing.
Really? Well, I found that like the solar array will work obviously in the daylight, but then when you attach a battery to it, the battery will get it to work overnight as well. It'll store energy in the battery and it will power your base. And then when it becomes night, the battery will slowly drain to power your base.
I was livid.
Yeah. It's a little the power aspect I would agree is a little tedious, but you know.
Okay, so you are not as, let's say, angry.
No.
With the power aspect.
No.
I have this giant fucking base and there's nothing I can do about it.
Is this God. So I get that. I think this seems, I don't know if this is just like an aspect of what it is to be a gamer nowadays, or if this is particularly unique to these kind of aimless survival type games. But these fucking updates that you have to download that break something that you've already had for like a fucking year because you've been playing the game for so long now, that breaks shit. Now you have to reorient and try to like deal with that. And I don't know if that's unique to survival games or if that's just how it is for us as gamers now, but I hate it. That like this is the fucking downfall of these constant. The game exists forever, and now there's going to be an update every year, and maybe this one's going to break what you've been doing for the past year.
I mean, like if we were to go back to the Age of Conan stuff.
Exactly, yeah.
Like, okay, I had a hard enough time just connecting to the server.
Yeah.
And then when they had that update, and it's like, everything that is connected to a triangle piece is fucked.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm done.
Yeah, fuck this. Yeah. That's unreasonable. I
built this beautiful fucking fortress.
You built a fucking elevator theme park ride, and
You built that tower in the valley, and I built this
a
fucking
theme park on
citadel
top of it.
so that you could look up upon my glory. But no, actually, it was like that. That one actually probably would have been mostly okay. It was the
Yeah.
other one that I built that was made mostly out of triangles,
Yeah.
and I was just like, fucking no,
Yeah.
no, I'm
Yeah.
not doing it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I
Yeah.
kind of got killed off on that, and like, fine, whatever.
Yeah.
And like, kind of power is the same sort of deal, because it's, I mean, you all of a sudden show up at the base that you made, and it was perfectly fine before.
Yep.
And okay, part of the problem is I built my base on a fucking wasteland of a planet,
Okay.
specifically because I did not want to be bothered.
Okay. Yeah.
And then it's like, you need to build all this shit. And you're like, there are no resources here.
Yeah.
There are no resources here, specifically because I chose this planet
Yeah.
because there was nothing here.
Yeah.
I didn't want these people to come and bother me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, fine, whatever. I started that, and then it was like, oh, I can't even warp back. I'm like, fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to save. I'm going to exit the game. I'm going to restart
Yeah.
from my last save point before I warped here, and just pretend like my base doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of the other things that it added was, well, there are two main things I want to talk about:
Okay.
the social hub and VR.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Which one do you want to talk about first?
Let's do the VR, because I actually forgot to do that.
VR. Wait, you didn't play it in VR?
I forgot that it had VR. So how was the VR experience, Tactic Angel? Is it pretty good?
It's blurry.
Is it blurry?
It's pretty blurry.
So I noticed that I feel like that actually affected the regular gameplay as well. Honestly.
I didn't feel that, because
Really?
I've
it
played
was
it
mostly looking at the atmosphere. And I was like, why is the atmosphere so fucked up looking? Like,
it's always been pretty messed up.
really? Like, I just felt like it was particularly like, how these clouds look like, I don't know.
Substanceless?
Sort of? Yeah.
Substanceless?
It just looks like a blurry sort of kaleidoscope
It's
to
the
me.
corn whiskey.
It might be that. It is exactly what the world looks like on corn whiskey.
It feels like. So the atmosphere has always been kind of screwed up, particularly the clouds, because you can usually see them through solid objects.
Yeah.
Particularly your freighter.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Now, they have released several hot patches to try to fix this, because originally, when I logged in, whenever I would go to try to do one of the fleet things, because I have like, I don't know, 40 ships in my fleet or something.
Yeah.
I would hit the button, and it would teleport me about 15 feet up.
Oh, okay.
Which is not super useful, because what that means is I'm essentially in the area between the room that I intended to be in
Yeah.
and the bulkhead of my ship.
Yeah, that's not great.
And there's really no way out, so to speak, without
Yeah.
dying.
Yeah.
So, like, that wasn't great. So they've released several hot patches since then, and I have not had a problem with the most recent one. That said, the VR is pretty blurry, and in terms of like trying to navigate it with normal controls,
Yeah.
I have a really hard time doing it. And I really actually kind of hoped that you had like played around with it.
I can't believe I forgot to. Yeah.
This is just an abortion.
Well, what are you going to
I'm going to yell at you.
do? That's fine. I'm
gonna
used
be
to that.
So like it used to be that like you would like kind of you'd pull up the screen and it would take up your whole screen. Now
Yeah.
if you pull up a screen in VR, it's like this floating panel in front of you. But I kind
Okay.
of feel like that the I don't know, the resolution of the actual VR is significantly below 720p
Oh, really?
because it's pretty blurry. You still
Yeah.
do have the screen door effect, which
Yeah,
is
sure.
part of the natural process.
Yeah.
But then like you're trying to read these panels and it's like I don't know what that says because the text doesn't make any sense in 720p.
That sucks. Yeah.
And like that's a major disappointment. Now,
Yeah.
I personally bought the PlayStation VR for the purposes of playing No Man's Sky in VR, so that's kind of disappointing.
Well, there are better VR games, Tactic Angel.
There are, and like, I'm not all that upset about it, but it is a little bit disappointing.
Yeah.
Other than like just like walking around and exploring,
Yeah.
there's really not anything that you can do in the VR that is super useful.
Did you do all right with the walking around? Like
Yeah.
motion sickness or anything like that? Because I know some people prefer the warping, which this game does have that feature, right?
So-
Where you
Okay, so when you turn it on for the first time, it's going to turn on warping, and it's going
Okay,
to turn
yeah.
on kind of like this hexa turning feature.
Okay.
Rather than like turn evenly, it will like teleport your head
Yeah.
60 degrees to the right,
Yeah. Okay.
which, I mean, that's interesting. But
yeah.
I turned both of those things off, and I was just running around in first person, just
Okay.
like you would expect. I didn't have any problem with it.
Okay.
I guess I'm not really susceptible to motion sickness or whatever part of my brain that is supposed to be affected by that just doesn't work.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, it could be a handicap.
yeah, I mean, that's one that I'm happy to have.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I was running around. It was pretty fine.
Okay.
Unless you're trying to interact with a menu, I would say that for the most part, you can get over the fact that it's blurry.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, I found I have 3 ships. 2 of my ships were unchanged. The third one did change.
Oh. Okay.
Did you find that anything changed? for
Not
you?
that I noticed, but like, I mean, when I started, I started on my, my original playthrough, but then I was like, I have too much shit and I don't know what to fucking do with any of it. And I don't care. And I don't understand why I need power. So yeah, that's why I started all the way over. So I had a new ship and everything. So I didn't really notice anything different.
Okay, that's probably not a bad way to go about it. Because in all honesty, the whole, like, you show up to something that requires 675 power and you have nothing
Yeah.
is
Fuck that.
a major bummer.
Yeah.
So, okay. Yeah, I mean, I haven't gone back to it, and I don't know. Maybe I will. I'm not sure if I really want to salvage it or not.
Yeah.
I started with a barren planet. It was actually, I think, a moon, maybe.
Okay.
And there was nothing on it. No atmosphere whatsoever.
Okay. That's cool.
And in one of the updates, they added like weird crystalline entities.
Oh, okay.
And there are kind of, well, Okay, like crystalline plants, but also like floating energy beings
Okay.
are native to this planet now, and I'm like, well, this is less cool than it used to
Yeah.
be because it used to be a dead world.
Yeah.
So that was kind of weird and interesting and annoying at the
Yeah.
same time.
Yeah, see, I don't know how I know one of the things that I have run into with this game which kind of pissed me off was going through like some of the, I guess what you would call sort of the main story mission stuff. So like the thing like exploring with the traveler and that one bitch that you make contact with, and she's somewhere and you don't know where she is. You got to try to find her. I don't remember her name. And then all the Atlas stuff. Like, I have found that pursuing that mission, like it's fun. I enjoy doing it, but then it's like, I don't know if it's because of the procedural nature of the game, but it's like it will have you repeat that stuff, like repeat shit that you've already done. Where it's like, hey, you need to set up little transponders or whatever to triangulate your position. It's like I already did this, and I'm not doing it again.
I don't recall doing that.
Okay. I have had that issue a little bit, and then the other thing that's like so repeating things that I've already done on a storyline is a little irritating, and then and again, I think this is part of the procedural nature, but it's like when I started, I built my base in one particular area, and I don't like that things change there. Like now there's a piece of, like damaged technology or whatever that's like 20 feet away from your base. It's like, well, that wasn't there before. I don't like that things are changing. I don't know, that part sort of irritates me, and so it just makes me feel like I'm afraid I don't know what saving this game even means anymore, because I feel like if I come back in like 10 days, everything's gonna be different. I'm gonna have lost somehow. We'll have lost things that I did before, and then I'm gonna have to repeat. It's like, well, fuck that. Like, I'm not a huge fan of that.
I get that, because like when you go to what I was talking about with I built my base on a dead rock, essentially, in space. Like when you come back and you're like, oh, there are weird energy entities that live outside of my base now.
Yeah.
You're like, well, that kind of significantly changes my decision.
Yeah,
right?
it does. Yeah.
And it's not so cool.
It's
so,
not.
Particularly for people who are not really looking to play this as a social game.
No shit.
All
you fucking bitches who whined about it. Good job.
I was a little bit surprised when I saw that, and of course, that kind of segues kind of neatly into the social hub.
Yeah.
Have you summoned?
I have.
Entity.
Yeah.
Anomaly, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so you went into it.
I did.
Did you wave at people?
I don't know how I feel about any of this.
Did you add all of them to your friend list?
No, fuck no. I didn't have a tactic angel there to do that for me, so.
That Crash Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot is still my friend. We've been friends for so many years now.
And probably never talk.
Nope. Nope, never.
Okay, well that's good. So like I've gone into it a couple of times,
Yeah.
but like I'm not really sure what to think about it.
I don't know either.
It kind of feels like easy mode.
It does
all of a
feel,
sudden.
yeah, it does. Yeah. It's like, oh, so this is where I go to purchase a bunch of technologies, and I'll just put this right outside my home planet. And
well, I mean, like when you warp to those systems that you're pretty sure don't have a space station.
yeah.
It's like, who cares?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I can summon in some other thing at
Yeah.
any point.
At any point, yeah.
I have noticed that like the propensity for buildings to be on planets has gone down quite a bit. as far
Yeah,
as I
that
can
is
tell.
true. Yeah. That is true. I noticed
And
that
that-
as well.
That's kind of neat because of course that means it's a lot harder to find things.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if I were starting over if I would have the same sort of feeling for it.
I mean, I haven't really run into much of an issue because I do like, I mean, they've definitely upgraded the crafting system. So you have like your, I don't even remember what they call it. It's some sort of like smelter. You have your portable, whatever, you put shit into it and different shit.
Centrifuge.
Yeah, something like that. And then you can even make larger versions of that to create different items. So like I do sort of like that. That you can the crafting is like a little bit you can just craft more shit. I think is a little bit better than like, well, this item is fucking nowhere. It's not within light years of me, so I'm fucked.
I mean, like, I have not noticed that, but what I have noticed was several sort of quality of life improvements.
Okay.
So, like, if you warp into a system now, and there are like 4 planets there, and one of them has a moon,
Yeah.
when you go to kind of the screen that'll show you the information for the system, it will actually show you the actual system. It will show you pictures of the planets
Oh, that's cool.
and like the moons that orbit those planets.
That's cool.
So that has helped, particularly since I have a standard way of naming planets.
Yes.
I should go back and rename one of the planets that I've discovered Midget
Yeah.
Radio sucks.
Yeah. That one needs
Because-
a new name.
I think every time that they do one of these resets, it takes away that sort of labeling.
That's terrible.
It is terrible. How are people supposed to know that Midget Radio sucks?
I wonder how many people have been to that planet.
I hope several, but my guess is somewhere between 0 and 1.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, okay. Bottom line is, this is an update for No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
I'm always happy to see an update for No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
I am fucking angry at the situation at my base.
Yeah.
And I really don't want to deal with it at all.
Yeah.
That makes me want to put my base essentially on my freighter, which
Yeah. Makes sense.
I will own forever.
Yeah.
I think I'm up to an A class freighter, not an S. So
nice.
that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty solid freighter. Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I
Yeah.
enjoy playing the game because it is extremely not stressful.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah, I still like that element of it. There is part of me that just feels like the game is sort of cuz now it seems like there's a I have to eat food system in place here, which just seems weird. It seems weird.
You have to eat
And it
food?
seems, yeah, like I've noticed that, like, if I can sort of eat stuff to replenish my, I don't remember what the stat is.
Health?
It's not health. It's not health because it degrades over time.
Stamina?
No, it's not. It's not really stamina either. I think it might just be like the. It might just me. Is it just the life support? I don't remember what. But I know that, like, I've been able to, like, I've collected, plant life and been able to consume it. And that consuming it replenishes a particular stat. And it just part of me just feels like this is a little tedious because it's not like I have to consume it all the time, but I do have to remember to do it. And
I've never done it. So
Really?
it kind of feels like it's probably not completely necessary.
maybe not. I don't know. But at that part, I don't know. I wasn't sure. Like, I don't know. I feel like the game is not entirely sure what it wants to be anymore.
Well, I think it started out as one thing, and
Yeah.
they're kind of responding to what the community wants it
yeah,
to be. And
which is maybe
and,
both
like-
good and bad.
well, it's definitely good in the sense that you do want your developers to be paying attention
Sure.
to what what is the pulse of
Sure.
the player base. That said,
But then you just
If-
feel like there's no vision past that.
well,
You're
I
just
mean, if
Basically
and also
responding to a bunch of whining. And that's
if you're one of the people, if you're one of the players who are kind of cutting against the curve and like who bought the game for it being what it was supposed to be,
yeah.
which is I'm never going to find another human being
Yeah.
in my life. Like that's a little different.
Yeah.
And like going to these social hubs. Now, thankfully, I haven't had any time that I've gone to the social hub anybody like force their way into a fire team, so to speak,
That's good.
into my group. So like that is good.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's just because I've been lucky or if that's because something else.
Yeah. I don't know. You wonder at what point are they going to introduce fucking dungeons?
I mean-
No.
I'm not against dungeons, for the record. If they're procedurally generated, that's actually really what I always wanted the freighters to be. The crashed freighters.
Yeah, that would have been cool. That
You
would have
go
been much
down-
more interesting. Yeah.
And like you have to like somehow break your way into it. And you
Yeah.
have to like fight your way through it maybe, or like
Yeah.
figure out how to hack this and that system. Like that would have been really really fun, and they haven't done anything like that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think at this point, crashed freighters are more or less the same as they've always been,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah, they really are.
you walk up, you can repair some locks and get some stuff out of them.
Bullshit.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully more than you put into it.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, that's kind of been a little bit of a disappointment in terms of just a missed opportunity, I guess.
Yeah.
But overall, I don't know. Do you want to rate this in terms of overall?
Oh God, I don't know. I mean, if I have to put a rating on No Man's Sky as it is right now, it's I don't know. I'm probably at like 3 stars. Probably always been there. I've always been basically satisfied with the game.
I think I'm also basically satisfied, but I am a little bit unsatisfied by the update. I'm always happy to come back to it,
Yeah.
but I had kind of hoped that there was going to be more here for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think it's just I'm not sure what kind, like, is it a survival game? Is it Minecraft? Is it
I don't know, man.
I don't know. And
I
it's
don't
okay
know.
for it to be like its own. I don't know. I feel like with the updates, maybe just overall, it feels like there's less of a kind of cohesive vision for the game.
Yeah. And actually, at this point, I am kind of thinking, like, I hope that Hello Games is thinking about, like, a No Man's Sky 2, which does have a more cohesive vision.
Yeah, I think that would be, I'd be very interested in that.
And definitely on a next-gen system,
Yeah.
so that we can get out from whatever system limitations that we have right now.
Yeah.
I don't know how serious those system limitations are, but obviously, I mean, I don't think we need a whole lot more out of this generation. I'm always happy
Yeah.
to see it, though.
Sure, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you have anything else you want to throw out there for the...
No, I think
No.
I'm good. I think I'm good on old NMS.
Man, what an efficient episode.
Yeah. It's WNG professionalism, man.
We are so good at this.
Fuck yeah, we are.
So that has been episode number 88 of the Wednesday Night Gentleman Multimedia Empire official podcast. Please give us a like if you've enjoyed this video or subscribe to our channel. You can also find us on Twitter where we are at WNG_MME_OPC, or head on over to the Facebook where we are simply the Wednesday Night Gentlemen. Thank you everybody for listening, and we will see you again on episode.
Oh boy.
Well, I almost got to the end of it.
Ah, fuck. 89. Bye-bye.